You're watching Auto's Mount and we visit Sicily. Welcome on Auto's Mount. If you like our content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to like our videos. In this new episode of Auto's Mount in Sicily, we will visit the city of Catania. We'll then go to Syracuse and we will climb the famous mountain of Etna. This is our third day in Sicily. Today, we have a lighter schedule that will take us to Syracuse and Mount Etna. But we'll start the day with a breakfast before setting off to visit Catania. Looking for a restaurant, we take the opportunity to explore the area before having our first coffee of the day. Catania is Sicily's second largest city. Like most of the island's cities, it was founded over 2,700 years ago by Greek colonists. In fact, according to Thucydides, 4 years after the foundation of Syracuse, inhabitants of the Greek islands of Chalcis and Naxos left for Sicily, where they founded Leontinoi and Catania. As we stroll through the streets of the town, in addition to the numerous churches, we can also admire here and there some vestige of the past, notably the theater, but also the remains of the Roman amphitheater. As we leave Piazza Stesicoro, we take the long Via Etna, the main avenue in the center of Catania. The building you see here, in late Baroque style, were built in the 18th century after another lava flow from Etna and a terrible earthquake which killed 18,000 inhabitants. Via Etna take us to the piazza of the university. In fact, the city of Catania is renowned for its large student population. A little further on is another of the city's most see, the Piazza del Duomo and its famous elephant fountain. This monument, built between 1735 and 1737, is a basalt statue of black elephant featured on the city's emblem. Honestly, often relegated to the background, Catania is well worth spending a few hours in.
Non, c'est là. Oui. Faut que tu tournes là, puis tu tournes tout de suite là.
After wandering the streets of Catania for a few hours, and despite problem with Google Map again, we finally set course for Syracuse.
I'm a fucking American.
The 67-kilometer journey is easy. The road is beautiful and ultra-modern highway. You can admire the amazing scenery and the Mediterranean. The journey takes around 48 minutes as the entrance of the city is a little more complex. Lots of runabouts and traffic, not to mention the erratic driving of some of the citizens. We choose to go directly to the island of Ortygia, where most of the city's attractions are located. There are several parking lots on the island, but the marina is the easiest to access. You can easily see the modern city of Syracuse by the side of this immense building, which is in fact the Basilica Sanctuary of the Virgin of Tears. It is in fact a Marian shrine whose origins lie in a small statue that began weeping human tears in 1953. The city was founded in the 8th century BC by Greek settlers from Corinth. For this reason, we concentrate our visit on the island of Ortygia, where the city's historic center is located. As you can see from our drone images, the island is separated from the rest of the city by a narrow canal called the Darsena.
Okay.
After the domination of the Terrans, Syracuse lost its superb reputation, but a series of victories brought it back to prominence. The Onesius the Elder made Syracuse the most populous and wealthiest city in the Greek world. As you'll see, several companies on the island offer boat tours.
Oh, la musique.
It's an excellent way to discover this city, but this is a kind of adventure. Yes, the trip may seem risky, but we had a lot of fun despite the rough seas.
Toi, Dave, est-ce que tu apprécies ton expérience sur la Méditerranée dans un petit chaloupe sans veste sautante?
Oui. Au Canada, ça serait criminel.
Incidentally, a word to the wise. If you're seasick or you have no sea legs, you might want to refrain from this trip to the Mediterranean. That will be a pity, since the sea has left its mark, carving out the rocky shoreline, which today offers a breathtaking landscape. Returning to the city history, Syracuse remains the capital of Sicily throughout the Roman era. In the 1st century BC, Cicero describes it as the most beautiful of all Greek cities. There were two most famous temples here, that of Diana and that of Minerva. After the Punic Wars and the Roman domination, the city was plundered by the Franks. Goths and Vandals followed. In the 6th century, Syracuse remains Sicily's main city, under the control of the Byzantine Empire. It was later invaded by the Arabs.
Amen.
And finally, as Palermo, it was the Normans who took it in 1086, before being destroyed by the earthquakes of 1542 and 1693. All the buildings you can admire today were built after these sad events. A visit to Syracuse is a must if you have a day to spare. The atmosphere is extraordinary and there's a lot to visit.
J'ai pas mal de verre dans ces petites affaires-là.
Merci, madame. Grazie mille.
Prego.
Hey, despacito.
We didn't make it this time, but Syracuse has a very interesting archaeological park. There's the famous Greek theater carved into the cliff, and an amphitheater whose foundation can still be seen. The highlight is undoubtedly Denis' Ear, an imposing cave in which the tyrant Dionysius the Elder looked up its prisoners. The acoustics are so impressive that Denis was said to have been able to listen to the conversation of its prisoners. We leave magnificent Syracuse and head for Mount Etna. The 100-kilometer drive takes around 1 hour 30 minutes and is a must of any visit to Sicily. As you can see, the climb is spectacular with a lunar landscape as you approach to the summit. We had a lot of fun with the drone, which gave you a breathtaking view of the whole region. Welcome to Mount Etna, a volcano rising 3,369 meters above the sea level. Here you'll find everything from a refuge to few restaurants and a host of stores selling goods at exorbitant prices. By the way, a chairlift gives you access to the crater of this volcano, one of the most active in the world. In the 20th century, it erupted almost 80 times. In fact, exploring this colossus is a must, like exploring the moon. The black rocks stand in stark contrast to surrounding landscape. Conical in shape, the mountain covers an area of 1,200 square kilometers. In the surrounding area, you can see several craters, the number of which changes with each eruption. A must-see of any visit to Sicily. So we leave Mount Etna and head back to Catania, a 35-kilometer drive that once again takes our breath away. If you like to travel in a more relaxed way, you can take a whole day and visit the many villages in the area. we arrived in Catania at the end of the day, just in time to find another good restaurant.
Thanks for watching that new episode of Autour du Monde in Europe. In our next episode, we'll still be in Sicily. We'll visit the village of Savoca and Forza d'Agro, and we will go to Taormina. Then we will leave from Catania to Roma, our next destination.